Christian friends. It's Dwain again. It is Tuesday, and today's lesson is titled The Song of My Beloved. The Song of My Beloved. It comes to us from the book of Isaiah chapter 5, verses 1 to 4. We have learned in previous lessons, just last week, we had learned that God has rules of engagement in the cosmic conflict, that God operates a certain way based on his character, his principles. We learned that God is a God of love, that love flavors everything that God does. And it's why he is so determined to do things a certain way, because it has to be in line with his love and his ideal will for humanity, even when we choose against him. Remember that? Well, some people blame God. They say, well, God could have done more. A God of love, a God who's all powerful, who's omniscient. Surely a God like that should not let sin and evil flourish. He really should work for the flourishing of humanity, which is exactly what God is working on. He's working for something even better than human flourishing. He's working on human salvation, human glorification. That's what God's up to getting us not just here, but out of here and then back to a brand new planet, brand new world. That's what God is up to. But in the interim, it seems sometimes like he's missing something. Well, this beautiful little statement here, God to his servant Isaiah says, now let me sing of my beloved, song of my beloved regarding his vineyard. So this vineyard owner prepares a beautiful vineyard, plants it beautifully, removes all the stones, puts a nice wine press in the midst of it, and expects nothing but good grapes, right? But what ends up happening? Wild grapes. The original language says not just wild grapes, but stink fruit. The grapes are not good. They can't be used. They're problematic. And you know, the vineyard owner had done everything he could. What more could he do for this vineyard to produce great fruit? That's a powerful question in our own private Christian lives, our own private walk with God. What more could God do for us to produce better fruit? That's a hard question. That question is really sitting with me today in this study. Here, verse 4. What more could have been done to my vineyard that I have not done to it? Why then, when I expected to bring forth good grapes, did it bring forth wild grapes? Why did it bring forth wild grapes to me? Beloved of God, this vineyard dresser, vineyard owner is God himself. The vineyard represents his people. In fact, right in verse 3 and verse 4, he says to the tribe of Judah, to the people of Jerusalem, he says to them, what more could I have done? He's talking to his own people, and he's really telling them, this is about you. I've given you everything. I've done everything. I've set you up to succeed, but you still keep producing bad fruit. At a certain point, the owner of the vineyard has to do something about a vineyard that is not producing good fruit. That's our challenge today in our study. The song of my beloved. God is telling us, produce through my power, through my Holy Spirit, through my Christ, produce good fruit.